Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nicolette Hodge.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Malik Hodge.
Today we are here with the Sunday Critique, where we go in and evaluate the so-called information that the NOI broadcast is giving to our people. And we go in and expose what's false and give you all the proper guidance so we can get through these last days. All right, Brother Malik is going to start off.
Today's topic is the root and the way out of confusion. The root and the way out of confusion is their topic. And they begin with, we are the problem of the world, or the black man and woman is the problem of the world. What does he mean that we are the problem of the world? That what we've been through, being the true seed of Abraham, that the world has tried to take and sabotage that realization and have utilized false Israel and put other people and try to insert others in this position that we stand, that we are in. So he's saying that we are the problem of the world, and that by us being God's chosen people, and saying that being God's chosen people means that we're the true seed of Abraham. That's what that means. So the problem of the world is that everything that the scriptures speaks about is surrounded. Okay, I got you. Surrounded on Abraham's seed, or the seed of Abraham. So he described that we're the cornerstone. We are the cornerstone of Allah's being, that we are his chosen people. So if we're utilizing that, and the black man and woman is the problem of the world, he's saying that, and also sharing that also sharing that
Go ahead.
Okay, I got to get myself together, because that because of the conditions that we've been here, that the messenger said that until the black man and woman is properly put into their place, that the world's going to have a problem. In light of all that, in saying that, that brings us to this. We keep going over this constantly, is that we're the true seed of Abraham. Nobody else can sit and say that they've been through 400 years of horror and terror in a land that we were not of, that we were taken from a land and brought to this land. So we are we are the basically the backbone of the scriptures. And it shared what would take place after the 400 years. So I'm saying that to say that even though he's saying that we're the backbone or we're the problem of the world, this is where it stems from, because no one wants us to be the true seed of Abraham, because it opens the eyes to the lies and deceit that the ones that are creating mischief and chaos, bloodshed on not just the planet, but has directly taken God's chosen people and brought them to a land and not just enslaved them. That'll be the less of what happened, is the enslavement, but afflicted them and afflicted them the whole time that they've been here, given with this horror and terror. So that's what the cornerstone of the black man and woman have to be, the cornerstone and God of this new world coming in. There's no other, I mean, where they left it at, there's you. How do you tie it in if you're not the true seed of Abraham? I mean, where is he going? How are you the problem of the world when the rest of the world is trying to take that? You got people claiming that. You have nations built or at war or about to go to war in that defense of trying to take that claim. So if the black man and woman is God's chosen people, and that's what he's sharing, then why? What's behind? This is the why we're the chosen people. We're the true seed of Abraham, and there's no getting around it. And then we're a problem of the world because the rest of the world has been trying to hide that fact. And it points the finger at who these individuals or these nations and this beast, who's the devil, who's Satan. All these things are pointed out because if we are God's chosen people, then those that are afflicting God's chosen people has to be those that are against God and those that are claiming to be with God. So that's just on that point, you know. My next thing was, he said, if the world hates you, then they hate me. That's what the scripture said. If the world hates you, speaking about his chosen people, or speaking about the black man and woman, then the world hates you. Then the world hates me. That's a true fact. Because we are hated because of this. You know, our people are not in understanding why we're hated, but these truths, this is why we're hated. And he went in from there to say, read the Holy Quran, the 75th chapter, verse 5 through 15. He touched on that. So we have it. It says, nay, man desires to go on doing evil in front of him. In front of who? He asked, when is the day of resurrection? So when the sight is confused and the moon becomes dark, and the sun, hold up, and the moon becomes dark. Now, this is something that everyone doesn't know. However, those of us that are in the know and are familiar with the angel key and are familiar with what Elijah Muhammad called himself, the moon, that he was the light, the light in the darkness is the moonlight. So when Elijah Muhammad is no longer there and the light of the moon is gone, yes, then the sight of the people was taken. But then this is me filling in what that meant, or the meaning, my take on that, from utilizing the angel key, because it's topics that we have also went over this week, and Master Suleiman also pointed that out in an earlier topic this week, speaking on the messenger calling himself the moon, the light, and the messenger spoke of himself as being the moon, the light in the darkness. So when the moon light was taken away, then the people was in total darkness. And then it says on here, then the sun, the moon, and the sun came together. And it says, and the moon become dark, and then it says, and the sun and the moon are brought together. Men will say on that day, where there to flee? No, there is no refuge with thy Lord on that day in the place of rest. Man will that day be informed of what he sent before and what he put off. Nay, man is evidence against himself, though he put up excuses. So it said, to flee. There'll be nowhere to flee. Or let me make sure that I'm saying that directly, because it said, man will say on that day whether to flee. Whether to flee. However, when he explained to flee, he come and said, well, where are you going to go? As if you went anywhere you are to go to, or we are in the position that we're saying to flee, where would you go? He put it in context as you can run to Mexico, you can run to Africa, you can run to wherever you thinking of, Canada, in them terms, just like that. As if fleeing is not to be done, or if you flee, you don't have a place to go or a place to be at, where are you to flee to? Because you can go anywhere and on the planet, and everywhere that you're supposed to be going or fleeing to is evil, and is evil present. That's what his interpretation was. That no matter where you flee, evil was all over the planet. You can't escape. So since you can't escape it, you just stay here. And here is where the worst evil is. But you're not to flee or go anywhere. You're to stay where the worst evils are. The worst evil is. You got something to say? Because I see you.
Why would we want to stay in the land of our imprisonment, for one? Why would we want to stay on the evilest part of the planet? That doesn't make any sense. We went through the Holocaust here. Day in and day out of brutalized, tortured, mangled, raped, sodomized. That has nothing to do with slavery. Why would we want to stay on the land of our imprisonment, brothers and sisters? And he's making mockery. Talking about, where you going to go? To Mexico? We ain't going back to Africa. And we are going back to North Africa, Arabia, our home, the promised land. And they refuse to read this part of the Abrahamic covenant.
That's exactly what... Hold on, babe. That is exactly where I was going with that ASAP. Right now, it says.
This is Genesis, was it chapter 15?
15, 13. Let's read it. 15, I'm going to read. The Lord said to Abram, know for certain that your offspring will be sojourners in a land that is not theirs, and will be servants there, and they will be afflicted for 400 years. But I will bring judgment on the nation that they serve, and afterwards they shall come out with great possessions. As for you, you shall go to your fathers in peace, and you shall be you shall be buried in a good old age. And they shall come back here in the 4th generation.
We are in the 4th generation right now.
They should come back here in the 4th generation. For the iniquities of the Amorites are not yet complete. When the sun had gone down and it was dark, behold, a smoking fire pot and a flaming torch passed between these pieces. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abraham, saying, to your offsprings I give this land from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates. So he's saying, when you to flee or when you to leave. But fleeing is one thing. We know what flee means. Flee mean head to the mountains. Because it say flee to the mountains. They don't read none of the total scriptures. So we understand where he's trying to go or tell you. Where you're fleeing. Flee mean flee to the mountains. But where you're returning to. See, flee and where you're returning is two different things. But they want to jumble that together. Where you going to flee? Flee is before you return. You know what I'm saying? So they're not even coming with, they're not giving you that. They're not giving you all the facts of nothing, because they jumbling or trying to bash everything together and make mockery of what's being shared anyway. Like, where you gonna flee? It's seen all over the planet. But will tell you that the world hates you.
Right.
And you are the problem of the world. And why? Why are you the problem? Why are we the problem of the world?
Because we're the true seed of Abraham. And that doesn't mean anything good for anyone else but us. They They can't have it. They're gonna. I mean, I was gonna say they can't accept it. They don't have any choice, brothers and sisters.
It's the thing that the world attempts to keep from you, and it points a finger. And that's what the abomination of desolation is. If you even read the scripture, the scriptures say, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that their destruction is near. So why is Jerusalem's destruction near? The abomination of desolation. What is the abomination of desolation? To abominate that BS that they have been putting out to the world of trying to claim that they're the true seed of Abraham. Nowhere in the scriptures does set that they can make a claim to. They haven't been taken. They told Jesus they have been up under the foot of no man. God told them, you are of the father, the devil. You are the devil. You are. So all these things that they're speaking on, but it's a reason. If you're the cornerstone,
right?
You're God's chosen people. Who was God's chosen people? What were they to go through? How to identify, and this is the topic of theirs, is to clear up all this confusion. So he got a good copy, because we're going to clear all the confusion right up. You can't be confused when you're being told why for 400 years of horror and terror you was taken from your land and brought here and afflicted. The people the beast that afflicted you never meant to allow you out. They continue to this day to distract you. They set their self, then this is what the scripture said, that they will make they self be the saints and the saints be the devils. And that is what he keeps saying. Well, 70% of black homes are ran by
what is it, single mothers?
Single mothers. So their children is gone crazy and they're out of whack because they don't have no fathers, and they're
so
killing.
He's saying that's the reason why there's murder and gang activity, and he's putting us in the same boat with these demons.
He didn't just do that. He went to as far as saying that they went as far as saying that the covenant don't just go.
Say that again?
They went as far as saying is that the covenant don't just go for the black man and woman. It goes for all. It represents all people. All people has to change. See?
And we know why he's saying that, because Farrakhan's daddy is a devil. Percival Clark. Making Farrakhan a black-faced devil, he's a demon. So if he keeps it real that the Abrahamic covenants for the true seed of Abraham, the original brothers and sisters, then that automatically exits him out the equation. So they have to keep putting on this facade of the Abrahamic covenant is for everyone, and that, you know, God is here to save everyone. That doesn't make any sense. Why is America being judged if God is here for everyone?
Exactly.
Come on now.
And he said, in content to that, you can produce peace anywhere on the planet. Once
we get rid of the problem.
Hold up. You can produce it anywhere. Once the problem, we can produce peace anywhere. Hold up.
Go ahead.
You don't have to go nowhere. You can produce your peace anywhere. we got to get rid of the problem. None
We
of
have
that
to
makes
get rid of the problem
Hold
before
up.
we can even move on to
Yes,
have
ma'am.
any type of peace.
Yes,
Come on
ma'am.
now.
But you gonna sit where the problem is.
Right. How are we going to remove the problem when we're right here with it
How you gonna
and mixed in with these demons? So
devils,
now,
demons,
exactly.
the whole country. We got to get out of the country. The demons, the devils.
Exactly. We have to completely and totally separate so we can eradicate the problem.
What it say?
And
all
move on.
the fowls of all filth, all the birds of feather flocked together. They all right here in hell. They came. Right. See, you have to understand. Even that, when you think about that, I think that's a good idea. Why would you come here? Why would you leave your lands and come to where you know this place is a disaster and filthy?
Well, we know this place is a magnet for demons and evil activity and behavior, which is the epitome of these devils. So while all these foreigners are running over here, you know, making us think like that we need to step it up, we're not taking advantage of the American dream. What's attracting you over here to America?
Why are you being attracted?
Why are you attracted here? You have a home.
Right here to the beacon of getting what you need to get. Torch with the rest of these.
The demon capital of the planet.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's something that we didn't even think on, but I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's up there lying. He's talking about 666. Master Solomon has already revealed that to us and showed us what that means through the angel key. He have no clue what that means. Just up there making up anything.
Then another thing was the Satan casting out Satan.
Yeah, Satan casting out Satan. How? You know, he can't explain anything that he's saying. We know that Satan will be cast out of heaven. Heaven is the Middle East. Scriptures tell you that the synagogue of Satan is those who call themselves Jews and are not. Okay, so that's false Israel. False Israel will be kicked out the Middle East. Satan will be cast out of heaven. Anything he's coming to you with is a spooky preamble or spooky babbling and speculation of what these scriptures mean.
And but then again, the messenger said, the messenger didn't break the 7 seals. The messenger never said he broke the 7 seals.
He told you he's a messenger coming to give you a message.
Came to give you the message before the coming of the messenger of the covenant, the one that break the 7 seals. The one coming after the messenger mean I'm coming with a message to give you, and when you say I'm giving you a message, usually before the coming of something, of someone. And anyway, he spoke on the war. The messenger said the war would start in Europe. Wars and rumors of wars. That, yes, okay, a war started in Europe, in Russia, with Ukraine. However, that's not the war that's going to begin Armageddon, which is the war of the European nations. That war begins. It says the war will begin with Michael and his angels against the dragon and his angels. The war will begin in heaven, which we know is the Middle East. And Michael and his angels will kick the dragon and his angels, destroy, get rid of them.
You go to war with the dragon and his angels. And Michael and his angels, Master Fraud Muhammad, Iran and Syria. You're not going to get this information from anyone else except for the breaker of the 7 seals and us Indra warriors.
Not just that. This is just information.
Prophecy.
This in tunes you with what's happening in the real world and in what's happening in today's time. and how to keep up with the scriptures and time of today.
Exactly.
This is taking the confusion out of not knowing what to expect and what you're looking at.
Right.
So he goes to say he read in the dictionary. If you read, me being my age, whenever that is, no, at 50, and you read in the a dictionary of this year. Say you took a dictionary from 10 years ago and read the definition. Say you read it 20 years ago. Keep looking how the definition for certain words keeps changing.
Mm.
So he's seen it in the dictionary, but let me tell you what he said. He said, a generation is 30 years.
That's a lie.
That's what he said. A generation in the dictionary is 30 years. So this is how he got to 6,006. It say in the 4th generation. So if we are this God's chosen people, and this is happening in 400 years, and in the 4th generation we're to return here, every 30 years was a generation.
That don't make any sense, brother. Sister. Every 100 years is a generation. And we got to make this clear because young people my age don't know that. Young people don't know what a generation is. Okay, we thinking it might be 10 years. That's a decade. So he really is misleading a lot of our people who don't know any better. He really is, because a lot of our people don't have no clue about these things. His math is completely off.
Yeah, because it don't say you was here for every 30 years, 100 years. How many generations is it? If 30 was, you was in the 4th generation, and after the first, almost after the first 100 years.
That's why everything they say, none of it is mathematical, none of it makes sense. And what it boils down to, brothers and sisters, is Farrakhan knows that he has no place in the promised land. So what he's trying to do is get our people stuck in time so that we end up getting eradicated along with these devils and demons. And what these scriptures do is show us how to keep moving through time, because you have foresight and you know what's going to happen before it happens. Everything that the NOI are doing is they're reporting news and information to you. They're reporting things that have already taken place, things that you knew before them probably. So understand that everything that they're doing is to completely block your vision, make sure you don't have one, and to get you completely stuck in time.
Okay, he also, men's hearts will fail them as the men's hearts will fail them.
Did he say the rest of that scripture?
He went into men's hearts will fail them, and then said, as a man soweth, then he shall receive. It was.
So he's pretty much already admitting that these devils are in trouble, and they're receiving their judgment. They're reaping what they have sowed, setting out to still kill and destroy. Who's been doing that for the past 465 plus years?
And men's hearts will fail them as they see what's taking place, as they see the things around them, as they see their world crumbling, as they see the truth being recognized. They can see the truth in the things that are coming out. Their hearts are going to come from fear of seeing that, oh my God, they are the true seed of Abraham. These false Israel has been lying to us this whole. So we think that they just gonna be coming. They gonna be attacking They're gonna be up. People gonna be upset
Yes, sir.
with these with false Israel as well. Once again, they'll be on the false Jews will be on the run again for their lives.
And another thing to add to that, from another perspective of men's hearts failing, of fear what's to come next, we know that they're going to be attacking us as soon as it is revealed that we're the true seed of Abraham. Because remember, false Israel is not supposed to be uprooted once they're put back in their land. So with false, the true seed of Abraham, we are not to be uprooted once we're put back in our land. And they're taking our identity and saying that they're the seed of Abraham. So with them being removed from their land over there in false Israel at the hands of Iran, Syria, and their 12th Imam, our God, Master Fraud Muhammad, that's going to expose to the whole world that they are not the true seed of Abraham. And the whole world will be making an attack on us, the true Jews. And because they're so disgusted with the false Jews lying, manipulating, and deceiving everyone, they will be under attack as well. However, just looking at that from another perspective of men's hearts failing, that's speaking about our people who will be so scared and fearful of what these devils are going to be doing to us. It says that children will be gray-headed, okay, eating their, our people, these devils will be eating us, our children, killing us, slaughtering us, okay, having a mass murder, because they cannot accept us going back home to our paradise. It's just that simple.
It's another thing that he said, the hearts. And he tried to describe the hearts.
Oh, he got that completely wrong. He has no clue what we use the Quran for, to do salats.
Not that.
Okay, go ahead.
When he went into the hearts of men.
The hearts of men?
Yeah, and he said that the wickedness is all in the man's heart. And your heart is carrying all these things. And the heart is producing you. Like this, the heart, this is where you're putting all your wickedness in. And this is what all your thoughts are going into your heart, which is causing your heart to be nasty and coming out with this. You hate your brother and all this. Nothing to do with who's the demons, who's the absolutes, what's causing these things, what that everybody's the same. That every time you see a black man, that you're looking at a black man. No, you're looking at, it's a difference. Some that's half and half. It's 17 million black men, original or Levites or the true seed of Abraham. It's 17 million demons from 400 years of this Holocaust, 400 years of rape and abuse of our women. The raping of our women produced a whole nation inside, which the scripture said that the devil said, I'm going to sow my seed in you. The tare and the wheat. And also the devil said, I'm going to sit. The devil has flipped the whole scenery to be as he's the God or the saints, and that the saints are the devils, or those that are being afflicted, or those that are hated. And he's patrolling all over the world, acting like he's representing God, and he's bringing freedom, justice, and equality to the nations all over the planet. He's the savior. He's the one terrorizing, tormenting, and causing mischief and murder and war all over the planet, has been and has not stopped to this day. Is the master of war. That's all that America has produced. There haven't been a time of peace since they don't know peace.
Exactly.
They don't know peace. And they went from there. He said, Jesus said that the hearts have eyes, and made those that have eyes have been made blind, and those that are blind have been made to see. Now, those that have eyes have been blinded, and those that are blind have been made to see. Do that means that you're looking and you went blind? No. Does that mean that when you get the truth, even if you got the truth, open up your eyes to what you're blinded to that's in your face, that's happening to you literally in your face. Only the truth makes make you be able to see what's going on around you. You'll be able to identify. It opens up your eyes. You running around blind. There are people who are blind. They're running around. Yeah, they can see, but they don't know what's going to take place. They don't know what's coming. They don't know why things are happening. They don't know the outcome. They don't know when to put themselves in. They don't know how to find their way out. They're blind. They don't know what to do because they don't have the truth. They don't understand the truth. They have no understanding of it. The truth and the understanding of it opens up your eyes so that you can see and recognize what day and time where you are not confused. As they said, eliminating this confusion, that truth gets rid of all the confusion, opens up your eyes and allows you to know what's taking place, what time it is, all the way around, giving you understanding to know where you should be at and what to be preparing for. So if you are in the know, you know what's going to take place. That's why it's shared that the Joshua or the messenger of the covenant or the Jesus will let you know. He'll prophet. That's what prophesizing is, letting you know well ahead of time, not when it happened,
right,
or after it happened. Right. You have to know well in advance, and that keeps you in the know, and that keeps you calm. Yes, that keeps you from being in that group of warriors, because and your heart failing because you don't know what's taking place. You're nervous. You shook out of your boots. That's not to happen. You're supposed to know what's happening. All the information, all the knowledge that is being given by Master Suleiman through the angel, that you can read through the angel key of how to see what's taking place. All these things have been made crystal clear.
And that's the beautiful thing about mathematics, brothers and sisters. It's only one answer. And these scriptures is our mathematical language for our spatial mind. This is the same language we were speaking before we came over here. And more specifically, before we even went into this energy deprivation phase. However, mathematics is going to knock out all that confusion. You know, we're not confused about anything. We're not concerned about the famine, food shortage, anything that's going on, because we understand what's taking place with the pressure. This is another thing Ishmael tried to explain. He got that completely wrong.
Pressure. And why did you vote for Biden?
It has nothing.
Why you didn't vote for Trump?
And a devil is a devil is a devil. We're not on any of we're not on no sides of these devils. Period.
And why you vote? It just didn't make any sense.
It didn't make any sense. And then he's talking about the pressure on the outside must match the pressure on the inside. He has no clue what he's talking about, because what causes the pressure differential? What causes that pressure change? Okay, just answer. If you can answer that question, then you understand. He don't know what the hell he's talking about.
It made it sound good.
The angel is our God mind.
Need to be maximized. That's the pressure in your personal pressure has to maximize. You got to be able to. The pressure in the inside must maximize the pressure on the outside, for you won't just explode. That's what he said.
And that's a result of him taking the lectures, presentations, and knowledge being given from Master Solomon and us Indra warriors. And he don't understand it because he's not studying, of course. He has not uploaded his God mind. And, of course, so he's going in there mangling up the information being given and spewing it out. He don't have any understanding. The angel is our God mind. It's raising our thoughts above those of our enemies. That's causing a pressure differential. It's crushing out their reality. They're going crazy. And the more our thoughts rise...
And
go ahead.
That pressure from the words.
Yes, the pressure of the words, which is called resonance.
Of the angel. Yes, that resonance of the truth.
It's creating a pressure wave. Go ahead.
They're going. It produces a pressure wave that seeks out lower pressure and destroys it. That's what higher pressure does. It eliminates lower pressure. So when he's talking about you got to keep that pressure and inside, or you're gonna blow up. Yes, you're gonna. It's gonna.
Yeah,
and get rid of you.
Right. You have to understand how to raise your thoughts, raise your pressure. Okay, raise your thoughts above that of your enemy. That's the whole key. That's the whole meat of the whole the lesson to be learned from the whole pressure analysis or the pressure example.
What's cause you to raise your thoughts though? It got to be the truth. It has to be.
It has to be the truth. It can't be no confusion.
Yes, it's got to be the angel. It's got to be the mind of the God. Ain't no you can just raise it up. With what?
And it's not through diet. It's not through trying to abstain from participating in their schooling and work and entertainment. It's not from any of that. It's from us uploading our God mind and then completely, totally separating.
So, it's I'm not even gonna get into that voting mess. I don't know.
We don't have time for it.
But that don't change nothing. Stick with the teachings. That Louis Farrakhan has been teaching the supreme wisdom all the time. He's never deviated from the messenger's teaching. Who are you fooling?
Right.
Scientology don't have nothing to do with supreme wisdom. Sunniism does not have anything to do with supreme wisdom.
Homosexuality, supporting Barack Obama.
Hold on, let me.
None of that has anything to do with any of their teachings.
This here, denouncing Master Farah Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad in front of the Islamic nation on Islamic television with Wallace saying that Elijah was trying to slowly take us into Sunniism. Aaron of the scriptures, you fit it, you know. Aaron came after the messenger. He tells you he's Aaron. He don't want to accept all of what Aaron did. He want to be the mouth, but he don't want to accept the rest of the things. But you don't have to accept what you have done.
He proved that he's a hypocrite.
You have proved that you're a hypocrite. Now that's what he said, that Louis ain't took your money. We don't want your money. Then why there's no separation from Louis's money or Louis's network from the nations?
Exactly.
You can't go find a network of the nation of Islam. The network, anytime you look for the network of the nation, is in Louis's name.
And then they're going to say on the broadcast, we're not tickling your ear just so we can get into your pockets. That's exactly what they're doing. Why would you even say something like that? The messenger never said anything like that, so why would you even mention that to our people?
Didn't have to.
He didn't have to.
We know the messenger was worth what he was worth. Go find it. The messenger, I don't even tell them, because they got to go pull that up. The messenger network wasn't at the same as the Nation of Islam.
And what's the net worth of the NOI?
Was worth $80 million, which would be $1 billion right now. In 1975, the nation was worth $80 million, and it didn't have Elijah Muhammad's name on it.
Exactly.
It said the Nation of Islam was worth $80 million. So that's another thing. So he's never deviated. He's never done this. You're right. He never taught it. He never was teaching it.
Right. How can you deviate from something you never taught?
You know what I'm saying? So
that's the biggest deviation right there.
And sitting up there and tell you
Yeah.
on Donahue, would a white man be able to get into the yes. I know some of my brothers, this is surprising to them too. But let him tell it. This ain't he was gonna change it. And as you see now, you couldn't do these things. So he gonna say he never deviated. This is the teachings of that from the messenger. We know for a fact that he's not teaching the supreme wisdom at all. He didn't hold it up. He didn't teach it. He's been teaching Scientology since the 90s. He went from Scientology to first he was basically let me rephrase that. He was teaching Sunnism. He's taken us into Sunnism since he came in. Everything that him and Wallace his road dog, Wallace his brother, his brother, because they married their children together. Him and Wallace denounced the messenger in 2000. Denounced. He's been taking them slow roasting them, slow boiling them with Sunnism the whole time, changing the temples into mosques, all teaching Sunni, praying with Friday Jumu'ah temple meeting prayer. What is that if you ain't changed the teachings? Everything that they say, you don't even have to go look and find or search for the truth. They just bold-faced liars in a lie and know they ain't done. The things that they say can be found on, hit the button anywhere on YouTube, and the truth of what they said and done is right there. They act like don't nobody know nothing. Well, that's all I got for them, because it's senseless. It's exposing what the topic was again. Let's go over that topic, because that's exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
This topic is the root of the lies are coming from the chief demon and his demons,
imps,
and his imps. Louis Eugene Grounds, Louis Farrakhan, Louis Eugene Grounds, NOI backwards. That's the root of the confusion. And the way out of this confusion is the NGO, the resurrected nation of Islam, that will be headed up by Master Suleiman.
The Ancients of Days.
The Ancients of Days, the Messenger of the Covenant, and
the thrones will be cast down within the NOI. Farrakhan will be he will be kicked out from the inside from his own followers.
No, for those that want to know the truth, they're gonna get him.
Yes, they will.
They're gonna get all this every time you keep telling them, they're responding to the heat on their butt.
Every time they hear us give the truth, brothers and sisters, they are on Farrakhan's behind about what is the next move and what is it that's being said that we have an inheritance. And so an Ishmael have to come in and tell you, don't listen to anyone talking about revelations. The seals were broken by Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah ain't never said
he never said anything like that. Period. Never. We didn't even know what the seals was until
we never knew what no seals was.
Exactly. Until the messenger of the covenant came.
The seals be loose, and you never knew what no demon was. You never knew none of these things.
Exactly.
And all that came after the messenger.
Okay, and it was right there in front of us the whole time. However, it had to be unsealed.
And with that,
so we're going to be back next Sunday, brothers and sisters, with another critique. And upload your God mind. Thank you for having us.
Assalamu alaikum.